What is up, guys? Wraec here with a new video, and today we got a new artifact, the Thunderclap spell, and as you can see, already upgraded to level 25. You get it from the quest of this season, just the season quest right here, 2,500 points. Thunderclap Echo will unlock the Thunderclap spell for you. By the way, next week, S-level swap, so maybe you want a Tazy or something. That is your opportunity. You can check it out in here and maybe already plan ahead a little bit. Beyond that, well, we got this new artifact. Is it good? I'm not sure. I tested it a little bit. We're going to test it a little bit more in this video, and then we're going to find, going to find an opinion on it. So, what does it do? Well, it gives you HP, attack, and execution, which I'm not really a big fan of. Execution is a stat that gives you more damage against enemies below 50% of HP. Attack value, 14.9%. A bit low. We have 17 here, for example. 22. So it's a little bit of a lower attack value. And I usually like other stats a bit more. I like artifacts with crit. Those are usually pretty great. Haste, so tight call in that sense, pretty nice. Here, HP, not a big fan. Not a big fan, but we have a damage mechanic, and I want to show that just in Dream Realm. I did a few attacks with this team, actually, with Resonating Spell, and we are just going to swap that out for Thunderclap so you get a little bit of a view on it. What it does is basically you will see lightning strikes on the enemy, and it's every 3 seconds a lightning strikes the enemy. It's either a red lightning or it's a blue lightning. It's pretty visible, actually. The animation of the character is a little bit small. I like that Genki Dama animation last season. That was pretty cool. Red lightning deals physical damage equal to 30% of team attack to the healthiest enemy. The healthiest enemy is the enemy that has the most HP remaining. So if there is an enemy that has lost 10% of its HP and the other enemy has lost 12% of its HP, then the enemy that only has lost 10% is the healthier enemy, no matter of the real values. So even if the other enemy had like 10 times the HP and the 12% or the 88% remaining HP were way more than the other enemy even had from the start, wouldn't matter. It's just the ratio that is important. And then on top of the physical damage equal to 30% of team attack, we also deal 2% of the enemy's current HP. So that is a ton of damage, theoretically. We have to see. Blue lightning deals magic damage equal to 30% of team attack to the weakest enemy. And then plus extra damage equal to 2% of their lost HP. So not their current HP, their lost HP. And the extra damage cannot surpass 10% of team attack, which is later on upgraded. So that is upgraded within the artifact. I have to say, like in this Dream Realm fight, I mean, we see the lightning coming down, we see the numbers, it all works. I just don't see it do chunks of damage. And it's obviously it's magic damage, it's physical damage, and we used to lean in this fight as a magic damage dealer. But yeah, like Lily May with her true damage is a bit superior. We see many fights now, of course, towards the Endless bosses, where we tend to do more true damage, or where we tend to build the teams more towards true damage, which is a classical sign of Endless. Nonetheless, it is pretty good damage. It is pretty good damage. I didn't do bad here. No, 58.58. We are not going to share this because we are selfish. Records, if we check that out, those were the last fights. We saw this one, 58.1. Then we had 57.8 before, 57.4. This was another attempt with the artifacts that I made before. We can do another one. Maybe to save you guys a little bit of time, let's just skip to the end of the fight. And then we can just see the result. And there we are back. 58.178. So it's not bad. It's actually worth experimenting with. So at least in Dream Realm, not bad damage. So I'm not sure, like the base stats are not really it. It should be the effect. I think it's just that we deal a ton of damage with those lightning strikes. It's just a little bit hard to see through all the damage numbers that we do. So I'm pretty curious to experiment with this. I really hope because we get Relentless Rumble pretty soon. This will be very interesting to test with, because that is a very fine opportunity to go ahead and just test different teams and just test and how many kills you can do, really. Let's go in here. Usually on this team, I Or let's do it on the other team. We have the Tazy team. That is even more interesting. Let's just go ahead and swap that out for Thunderclap spell. Because I just want to see how much damage do those enemies really take. How much damage do they take? It doesn't really seem like a lot. It doesn't really seem like a lot. I mean, we see the lightning strikes coming down there. It's not like they're losing 20% HP or something. At the same time, yeah, really doesn't have the same power as Starshot spell, for example. It really doesn't seem to have the same power here. So yeah, I mean, the enemies have a lot of HP. They do have a lot of HP. But like that's all damage from Tazy, obviously. So yeah, I'm not sure I really like that. Of course, there's now a little bit of a bad team here. So like, it's really artifact that only grants you damage. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I really like that. Okay, that was a bigger lightning strike. Interesting. I mean, we won, obviously. It was a pretty easy win. Let's see the damage numbers maybe. Let's win this fight. We'll update the speed again, or it's already up. By the way, level 31, I believe. Hypogen spell upgraded a little bit. It's quite fancy. And noticed the last node on the faction skills, you can upgrade it 10 times. I didn't even know. You can upgrade it 10 times. It's not worth it. You should upgrade anything else but those last things. It is a very small attack boost. But yeah, it is possible. So yeah, let's see the damage numbers here. It's not really anything uncommon, I have to say. Like, this is obviously a bad artifact for this team because we won above Tazy with a resonating spell. But yeah, it's still kind of interesting. Maybe put resonating spell here. We tried on the other team a little bit. I'm not sure if it's really optimal for those fights. Or let's try something else. Let's go ahead and let's go into Tower. I think Tower could be more interesting. There's too much stuff happening on the screen. Level 1000 here. That is fancy. That is fancy. I like that. I mean, in terms of dealing damage, Starshot is just insane. But okay, we'll try Thunderclap. Thunderclap. Luca in the team for a little bit of tankiness. Zinba because he's very cool. Now we see some chunks. Now we see some chunks. I think I saw some chunks there. That is actually a little bit better. When the enemies have a little bit less HP, we can see the artifact a little bit better. Maybe we just take out the damage dealers. I kind of feel like taking out the damage dealers and just seeing if the artifact can clear it. I wonder how that is going to look. Who are we going to put in there? Massive support from Faye. Zinbat could clear it actually. Bit afraid that Zinbat might be too much for those enemies. We're a little bit on a level, so let's go Chippy. Should be fairly tanky nonetheless. So let's see. I want to see the damage numbers here. This is not from the lightning strike. So there we got the lightning strike. I mean, that was some damage. It is very difficult to see any damage from this artifact. It's like 5% or something. It's like 5%. I mean, the blue lightning will only do damage if the enemy has lost some HP. At the same time, the other one will start losing out on damage. So I'm not sure. Not too sure this is actually insane. It did well in Dream Realm. What the hell? What is this? Chippy meta. Chippy out-damaged Faye. We made Chippy work. Somehow. This is like... I didn't even see that. That's so stupid. Chippy actually has cool skills though. He has cool skills. And they were talking about how they plan to maybe upgrade Chippy in the future. Or make him upgradable. I'm not sure how this is going to work. Maybe they make it like an event or something, where you can upgrade like a Chippy. At the same time, it could of course be OP, because if you have a Supreme Plus hero, you can, like, it would fulfill the rate up requirements. You need to like summon more heroes from rate up. So I don't know if this isn't OP in early game, if you can like easily get a Supreme Plus Chippy. Yeah, I'm not sure this is like the right the right circumstance against this. Maybe we just go into guild because we have battle drills in here. There it could be interesting. Usually I use I don't quite use this. Let's try it here. We definitely did this team before. It wasn't very good, by the way, but it's like wasn't very good in comparison to the current team. Let's do this because I think I have a contribution for this before. You don't really see the numbers, obviously, because there are like 1,000 of them. Can we spot it? There is it. It's just a falls between all of the other ones. I could have imagined that this would be a pretty cool fight to have this. Just not 100% sure about my last damage with this team, but we have 2 fights so we can compare. Of course, we could do a high roll in there. But I wonder if it's really good. Nearing 20 billion? Not too bad. Okay, 20 billion. I think this is more than I had last time. I think honestly this is more than I had last time. Obviously we have big damage there from Cassidy. 20 billion. Taking all of our damage here. Is this the same team? No. Those were my low rolls with Corin. Bloody hell, those were mad. So we're mad low. 20 billion here. And here we had 19.8. So we had a little bit lower damage. It just was a little bit lower. But it was lower. Can we repeat that same damage? Because we have the other attacks for comparison there. I didn't upgrade my heroes in between, so this is something to keep in mind. Let's see. It could be really interesting for that, because magic damage and fist damage is pretty effective against this guy actually. There are a lot of teams that are based around this. I mean, it's about the multiplier in the end, but yeah. If it does good damage against enemies with very high HP, that is actually a plus. It wasn't really great in AFK stages, I have to say. And I don't see it work too well in the normal stages. Okay, 21? 21.8. Okay, that's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Like, it is an upgrade. So, like, if we were in boss fights, I was kind of surprised for now by the performance of this. So this is very interesting. This is actually very interesting. 5% left on this boss. Very annoying. Very annoying that we have 5% left on this guy. Can we remove that quickly? Okay, here we are again. Fresh boss. This time Corin team. Actually the team version I had the biggest high roll with, so I hope we can get a bigger high roll. We'll use the new artifact here. We'll see if we can do some fancy stuff. Not sure. Using Zimbat in this time in here. Last time I used Lucius. Not sure. We'll see who does better. I had my better results with Sinbad, even though most people that I know prefer Lucius. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Some extra damage there. Come on. We need the big hits. Let's go. Yeah, I'm not sure. This is a lot lower than I'm used to. So it's definitely not going to be a high roll. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. For this team, this was definitely not worth it. Oh my god, that was a low roll. Let's do a quick fight with Tight Call to see if that is better. Or how much better it is. I don't know. I'm low rolling on this team recently. Like crazy. Still feels a little buggy to me. Honestly, the quarantine feels pretty buggy to me. That's something I have to say. Let's see. Come on. Some big hits here. 11, 12. That's not good. It's really not good. Should probably put Lucius back in, honestly. But we are already surpassing it. We are already surpassing it. Even though the last one wasn't good, this one isn't good either. But we are better off with that. So, like, in this team, it was definitely not worth it. 2 damage heavy team. Little bit buggy mechanic, I still think. But yeah, so in this result, not really worth it. In the other teams, in the other team that we tried, which was more magic damage heavy, or was in general fist death and magic damage heavy, I think it was a little better. I'm pretty interested, and sadly we can't try that today, and it's lagging a little bit, in Guild Supremacy. In Guild Supremacy, I could see that being really good. I could see this artifact being really good. So let's come to a conclusion on this one, because we're 15 minutes in. Is this the number one artifact in the game? Probably not. Is it an interesting one? Is it a pretty balanced one, I feel like? Yeah. I'm eager to see in how many comps this is going to appear. I'm not sure about AFK stages. Didn't seem too insane. Some boss teams, it seems pretty nice. Even though my current team definitely didn't do well today. But that's another story, can happen. And I'm pretty curious about Dream Realm, if this is going to be a Dream Realm meta artifact, because it did better for me, at least this time. I'm wondering against how many bosses this is going to stay true. So, should you build this? Yeah, most definitely. You can build every artifact. Try using it. I encourage you to use it. Give it a try. If Relentless Rumble is there's a boss you want to optimize against, give it a try. And I think it's a pretty decent artifact. So, that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe leave a subscription to the channel. It helps me a ton. And other than that, I wish you a great day. We'll see us in the next one.